Have you ever noticed how some people just look wide? And I'm not even talking about how they're just crazy muscular. It's just that their frame and shoulders just look super like big. Kind of like, you know, what your boy got's going on here, you know what I mean? I'm not doing so bad, you know? No, I'm just playing. Yeah, I used to just think it was delts and muscle, but there's other structural reasons for it, and it comes down to your clavicles, or otherwise known as your collarbone. You can see mine's right here. And before you start thinking that I'm gonna give you this whole black pill genetic doom talk, it's actually gonna be pretty different. I'm gonna tell you and explain to you what the clavicles are, what affects and influences them, and what you can take away from that. So let's get into it, man. First of all, my name is BR. I help young men ascend, improve physically through a philosophy that combines ClavMaxxing training, anthropology, genetics. Seems like you're pretty interested in this type of content, so do both of us a favor, scroll down, hit the subscribe button and post notifications, and as well as give me some hype points, bro. I'm pretty sure most of you guys seen it. Clavicular, one of the biggest ClavMaxxing guys, got frame mocked by this ASU frat leader, which is actually pretty interesting. I live in Arizona. Actually, one of my friends has actually seen him before, and he did say that this guy he was pretty big, but not as big as like you would think he kind of is off, you know, the comparison, like the way that the mog looked, if that makes sense. But I mean, one of the things that really popped out to me and that I noticed the whole situation was that, I mean, everybody was saying that, oh, clavicular, frame mogged and whatever. And the thing is, you gotta understand, someone like Clavicular, he's like on all these different types of drugs, he hits the gym. Obviously, he says he's been, you know, not as consistent, but one of the things that really stood out to me was that this guy who frame mogged him, this frat leader, he wasn't even super jacked. But one of the biggest things was that his shoulder to waist ratio was just comedic. Like, it was just so, his shoulders were just so wide, it just gave him like an extra, you know, it just made him look extra like big. Pause. So that brings us to the collarbone, which is pretty much what is responsible for basically like the width of your like upper part of your body. And your collarbone, your clavicle is basically your collarbone. It's this bone here that you can feel going from here all the way up down there. And it's a pretty important bone, specifically when you're talking about frame maxing or ClavMaxxing, whatever that might be. And the thing is, how long these bones are actually depends on a lot of different variables, but one of the big ones are hormones, things like growth hormone, testosterone, and estrogen, which estrogen actually, growth hormone and testosterone seem to kind of give it, you know, have a benefit on it, making it look longer, making it grow longer, while estrogen actually seems to be able to block growth of this specific bone. But another thing that correlates with that as well is height. And honestly, I think being able to do that, being able to focus on being able to grow your collarbone is definitely of good importance and, you know, relative overall health, especially if you're going to consider things like aesthetics, just because of the effect it has on the frame of your body. This is basically, you know, the foundation of what all of your muscles are built on, especially as a man, right? And it does have a positive effect on your shoulder to waist ratio as a man. An interesting thing about this bone is that it is one of the last bones to stop growing within the male body. For most men, growth typically ends around your early to mid 20s. So you have a lot of time to really be able to focus on being able to grow. While most of that growth for men happens sometime around the age of 12, give or take, but there are still small percentage, around like 1 to 2% per year after you are already past the age of 18, where you still have some room to be able to affect the size of this bone in a slight way. And honestly, that is why the clavicle matters. That's why it's so important. Obviously, other things have a effects on it, things like our muscles, right, our delts, our lats, things like that, our waist size definitely play a role in that kind of shape, that reverse Dorito shape that, you know, we all try to get for or go for in the gym. But yeah, no, clavicles are very important, and the thing about them is that humans actually have shown to have a strong selection for wider, longer clavicles, specifically on males, which, I mean, kind of shows that how much of a big role is played, right, in comparison to our hominid relatives. Basically, it's just a fancy of saying like our ape-like ancestors. We tend to have like pretty good clavicles. And the thing is, with males versus females, we obviously, males tend to have better, thicker, more robust clavicles. And I mean, one explanation for that, one is the selection, but number two also is the hormonal difference, right? And that's why I'd say, probably as a takeaway, for the clavicle and ClavMaxxing, frame maxing, on top of just going to the gym, as you probably already do, and working on those key regions, lats, delts, and you know, that sort. It's also just trying to maintain good health, especially hormones like testosterone, because and also good sleep as well, because that's actually what's going to determine whether you'll be able to get that extra 1% growth in the years before, you know, especially if you're not in your early 20s, you're approaching your early 20s, you know, kind of like me, right, where I'm actually 21. So yeah, man. Anyways, if you like this video, you found the information useful, be sure to scroll down to the subscribe button, and also be sure to go to the description. I have an email newsletter where I basically give advice on everything to do with fitness from an anthropological point of view. So things about, you know, diet, things about frame, things about looks maxing, all that sort of education sent to you weekly.